Welcome, noble men. It's no secret, there's a large portion of women who stand against the MGTOW movement. Many of these kinds of women consider the MGTOW movement a weapon against women themselves. This is far from the truth. Before we get into the truth of the matter, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me bring you guys more content and enlighten your fellow red pill brother. The whole point of the movement is to educate men on the adversities of low-tier women. Naturally, who do you think gets upset? Take a wild guess. If you guessed low-tier women, you would be absolutely correct. It's like calling a fat person fat and them getting upset instead of hitting the weights and doing something about it. If women chose to embrace their submissive femininity, channels like this wouldn't exist. It's absolutely hilarious to me that women have inherently started this movement and now they would like to silence us. In their wildest dreams. What do they use to combat MGTOW? Feminism. And if you think feminism isn't a problem because all they appear is to show their tots and scream at the top of their lungs to make a statement, you're sadly mistaken. Just like other movements we're seeing today, feminism has gone as far as amending laws, swaying the opinions of lawmakers, and are very loud on social media platforms. A very desperate group of individuals longing to be heard, furthering themselves in a hole of inequality, when instead, they could choose to raise multiple families. I saw a Wojak meme recently of a crying feminist crying, begging for attention because she chose to be a career-minded woman and become a scientist. No kids. And next to her was the trad girl Wojak who raised 5 scientists. And I thought that was funny, because these women think they are making a big impact on society when they could just have kids and make an even bigger impact. Having kids is often overlooked as being invaluable to society when in reality it's one of the only things that matters in all honesty. But a big thing we're seeing with a lot of these societal movements, and more specifically, feminism, is indoctrinating young kids into feminism. The main thing they are fighting against, which is being raised to be programmed a certain way without their actual consent, because they claim they were too young to make rational decisions, so happens to be exactly what they are doing to kids in schools. But of course, there's no one speaking up against this sort of debauchery. That is until MGTOW became a thing. And that's exactly why they hate us. They hate us because they ain't us. Instead, they have made life a living hell for us, because we have to go out of our way to speak on this subject matter when it should really be common sense. The MGTOW movement isn't about expressing its hatred for women, but instead an act of restoring balance to a society that has gone full tilt off its rocker. Surprisingly enough, the MGTOW movement has been around for over a decade now. With recent MGTOW figures rising to fame, MGTOW is finally getting its chance to shine in the limelight. Feminists are punching the air right now because their efforts are futile as we have no time for their gimmicks. Now the question is, how do we rid this feminist movement and rip it from the root? And sadly, boys, I don't think it's possible. The polarity we are witnessing in the world might as well be tearing the world in half. Just as the feminist movement grows, the MGTOW movement will follow. Just like the BLM movement, sadly there will be more racists. The only way to stop it is to ignore it and not feed the feminist trolls. The easiest way to go about it is to just put your head down, stay in your own lane, and continue being a MGTOW. As the waves ebb and flow, so does the collective human consciousness. Once the collective realizes that a movement fueled by hatred will do nothing but further destroy the nuclear family, the male and female relationship dynamic, productivity, and societal efficiency, will we actually make some impactful changes to the way we approach our family life. Family is foundational to society whether you want to realize it or not. It starts with the individual, then the family, then the community. A series of communities makes up a town, towns make up cities which make countries. You get the point. If the family is destroyed, we inevitably fail as a society. This is why I don't understand the feminist movement. You cannot raise functional kids if both your parents are only cogs in the rat race. It is so important for the man to conquer, protect, and provide just as it is the woman to care, nurture, and tend to her own family. None should be seen as a greater feat than the other, and they are both crucial to the well-being of the human populace. Yes, MGTOW may poke fun at bottom-feeder women who bring nothing valuable to the world, but it is all to increase your awareness as a man. You'd be surprised at how much of the younger generation has no idea what's going on, why young men are so dissatisfied with their dating lives, and why the percentage of incel men is on the rise. There's a few barriers that men like you and I need to knock down. We start with the eradication of feminism, as it is doing nothing important for the world. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Until next time, brethren. Stay hungry, noble men.